This video will probably flop, but you know what? Fuck it, this needs to be done. Hi, I'm TK, and welcome to my first unbiased review of games. I'm starting with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. And big shocker, this game is really not as good as everyone seems to think. And I will be giving you my views as to why I think this game is fundamentally bad or broken. Part 1. The player base. Pretty sure I have said this every COD game at least 200 times. But the worst part of these games are the player base. What do I mean by that? Well, as you can see in the gameplay on screen, this is the typical COD player this year, a camper. But every COD game has campers, you might be saying, and I completely agree. Every game has had them, but not to this level. This is our first game of the day, and I don't think a single person on the enemy team wasn't camping. It's awful to play against campers for two main reasons. One, you can't freely move around the map like you want to without getting gunned down immediately. And two, campers can be some of the hardest players to kill because they are normally in cover. And with mounting in the game, it just means people can camp pretty much anywhere. What would I do to change things? Better maps and get rid of mounting altogether. Part 2, the game itself. What's wrong with the game? You might be asking. Well, a lot. We'll start with the most glaring issue I have, and that's weapon balancing. No two guns should play the same. And yeah, that's true, else the game would be even more boring. But at the same time, nor should there be the definitive best gun. What do I mean by that? Well, if you was to get into a gunfight with the Odin, and the other person is using a Grau, who's winning? 9 times out of 10, it's the Grau. But the Odin does more damage, so how could that be? Well, it's easy. The Grau's damage output is better. And why is that? The gun's weaker per bullet, yes. But it's the gun's fire rate and recoil that gives it such an edge in every gunfight, even at range. The Grau is not balanced properly at all for how fast it shoots. The recoil should kick way more than it does, because that would make it more balanced, and that should be the same with all the fast firing fully auto guns in the game. They all fire so fast but have hardly any kick to them. If you can control them properly, you can easily win most gunfights, and that's coming from a console peasant. I use controller. Admittedly, I have aim assist, but at the same time, I play Siege a lot, and I can aim fine without it, so... The other problem I have with the game is TTK, or time to kill. Way too high. You die too quickly for you to do anything about it. What do I mean by this? If someone had the jump on you, whether that's height advantage or gunning you down from behind, you have to be very lucky just to survive. It's harder to survive and kill them. The factors needed to win an encounter like this are: 1. The person sucks and can't aim, so you can easily turn and kill them, or a teammate saves your life. Which, to be fair, they rarely do, because I swear to God, Call of Duty players are brain dead. Even head-on engagements can be near impossible to win if you don't get first bullet. The reactions and aim you would need to turn the tide of a gunfight are near godlike. And don't give me any, you're just shit at the game, because I have a 1.16 KD and I anally insert Red Bull to have the most insane reactions. All jokes aside though, I have like 7 days in multiplayer and Warzone, so I'd say I've put enough time into the game that I feel confident in saying all of the comments in this video. Another problem is the maps. Once again, the game caters to a camper style of play, which would be fine if you could also get away with running and gunning, but they don't. The maps don't let you do anything else, and that's my personal biggest issue. I like to run and gun, but I barely can, and I won't even bother talking about how claymores are the first lethal unlocks in the game. Part 3. Warzone. Ah yes, Warzone. What can I say? Well, to start with, PC is the only way to do consistently well. What do I mean by that? Well, for Xbox players, which that includes myself, when dropping into a Warzone game, we don't have a choice but to do crossplay. And what does that mean? We play with players on Xbox, PC and PS4. Of course, that brings up the first issue of PC. As long as you can aim well on keyboard and mouse, you're already 100 times better than any fucking controller player. And it's just not fun for an Xbox player. Secondly is Warzone isn't really that skillful to win, as custom loadouts take any skill out of it. Just use a Vicstar tutorial to make the best Grau MP5 class and you clap cheeks. Most of the map is in open space, so if a team is in a building in the zone, watching for late run-ins, the late runners will 100% die because of no cover. Also, Ghost is too OP, and if you don't run it, I think you need to stop playing. Anyway, I think I've talked enough about my personal issues about the game. I don't know if I'm going to do another video like this. If I do, I think the other one I'll do is FIFA 20. Yeah, so I think I'll give my final score for the game. My final score will be a 6 out of 10 for Modern Warfare. Not a terrible game, but definitely not top tier. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like. If somehow you find this on your recommended and you're curious and you like the content, like and sub. It will go a long way to telling me that you genuinely enjoy it.